Vegas opens up the scoring in this one. And listen, like the reason what this is an undeserved hate that Evan Bouchard's getting. And I saw a little bit online of like, hey, if you're going to rip Bouchard, why don't you rip Nurse? We do rip Nurse when it's deserved. And we're ripping Evan Bouchard when this is deserved. Like, one, to stare at Jack Eichel here and watch where Jack Eichel begins and watch where Bouchard is. Look at that. Okay, keep moving your feet. Instead, what does Evan Bouchard do? He floats, takes a couple of meek strides, and then to not go chase after the guy or show any kind of desperation. If you're 2 steps closer, Eichel hears the footsteps and probably doesn't have time to absolutely undress Stuart Skinner. Like, how do you not take a hard stride there at all? Like, even from the perspective of if Stuart Skinner saves that, you need to be there to clear away a rebound. And like, this whole play is just so unacceptable from Evan Bouchard. And we'll have a bigger conversation about him in a minute. But I can't wrap my head around this. Like, look, you're ahead of him here. You have every opportunity to just skate backwards at not even hard, at like a moderate pace, and you just let their best player walk through. There's just everything. Bouchard has his detractors, and I largely think they are a bit too hard on him or don't fully understand how valuable what he does at the other end and what he does breaking the puck out. Like, that is a massive part of his game, and it's what does honestly make him. He is a very, very good defenseman. It's because he can help you get out of trouble with his offensive skill. The detractors are he's never urgent enough, and he spaces out. And that right there was like 100% it. It's a game in November. He's not dialed in, and he's kind of goes like, I'm good. Brutal. It's unacceptable, man. Like, he should have sat for that.
I'm with you. I think he should have sat for that too. And he was 4th on the team by defensemen in minutes with 21. Nurse led the way with close to 24. But still, either way, like, is the guy you're supposed to be able to rely on at both ends of the ice. Like, he plays those minutes. And I like what you said there too. Like, it's not even just about the fact that the guy got past him. It was the effort to not make any effort to go and chase him down. And like you said, what if Skinner does make that save, which he wasn't too far away from actually making, to Skinner's credit, which could have easily pushed out a rebound. And then what? You have Eichel just right there on the doorstep to have another chance. Like, quite frankly, it's pretty pathetic. And
that's a great word for it. It's absolutely pathetic.
He completely stops moving his feet right there.
You got to get to, if you're a Bouch and Ekholm too, like, they've got to be more in sync when you're kind of coming back like that as well. Like, build a somewhat of an invisible wall, I guess you can call it. This one was very invisible, but you got to be in line with each other, a bit of communication, get to the middle of the ice so then the guy doesn't just get a straight opportunity there. And I mean, maybe Jeff Skinner could have recognized it too, but if you watch him, he actually is making a bit of an effort to continue his backtrack as well after he realizes Bouch completely stopped. But just bad. Just really, really, really bad. Anyway, 3rd goal.
Yeah.
Let's not blame Stu on this one. It's pretty clear what happened.
It's abundantly clear what happened. Like, again, Evan Bouchard, what are you doing, man? Have some awareness. There's under a minute left. And again, I know that sometimes it's a little bit of like revisionist and it's easy in hindsight. When I was watching this game live, as it went around and went out, I said, go get it. And then you had to watch Evan Bouchard not go get it.
Do anything.
If you're moving your feet, you're in a much better spot. And then why do you slam on the brakes there? Either you're good. He just puts himself in a spot where he can't succeed. Either go right at the guy and try to get a piece of the pass and try to take away the lane because there's under a minute left, or hang back and try to pick up a guy. Like, what are you doing standing there? Also, I'm not going to just put blame on Evan Bouchard here. This is one of those goals where, and I think one of the hockey analysts, Jack Han, who's like a former coach, he did there's 20% blame on 5 guys here. And I think that's maybe not totally right, but I think there's something to it in the sense of Aaron, I'll pause it myself as we go through the goal again. But like at the start, okay, let's watch where Leon Draisaitl is right now. Okay, why is he out of frame?
I think he's changing.
No, he's not, because he ends up right back in frame.
Gotcha. Vegas changed. That's why I assumed he was maybe following them. I think there's a few things here. maybe the puck was coming too fast, but there's probably half a chance Skinner could have maybe have stopped it behind the net. It gets to Ekholm. I think Ekholm's got to fight harder for that puck, but I mean,
soft play by Ekholm.
Ultimately, like Bouchard, just so lackadaisical. Like, come on, like look at that.
You got like again. This is
Look
why
around.
the whole 20% thing though. Like Ekholm make a tougher play and actually get a piece of that puck. Or $6 million defenseman. Evan Bouchard standing for the second goal or second time in this game. A puck goes in and Bouchard standing with his stick parallel to the ice. Crazy. Like this, every time you pause it.
Oh boy.
What are these two on the right doing? It's ridiculous.
You just can't see them out of picture because I do think maybe some forwards, you got to take, you see Noah Hannafin streaking, you know where he's going. You got to skate with him, but you can't see them in this highlight. So
yeah,
I don't know.
I think Maynard said it well there. He's like, he definitely thought of changing them and was like, oh, maybe not.
52 seconds left. You shouldn't be standing around. But again, even that, like, maybe I should change. Maybe I shouldn't. You need to be damn sure it's the end of the hockey game.
Yeah, just get to the bench. If you're going to change. It is what it is. Bouchard, you've just got to recognize, because that's exactly what Noah Hannafin did. He recognized that Bouchard was not paying attention, jumped up in the rush and took advantage one-on-one with Stuart Skinner, and advantage, I guess, to the shooter in most of the scenarios there. And it's just disappointing because I think most of us here, but I would say everyone, is a big fan of Evan Bouchard and what he's capable of doing. But there's been so many moments this year where it's like, why are you doing this? Why are you doing that? Why are you not looking around? Why are you trying to take that extra step to then just get blocked again? It's been a very frustrating season. And I know he's still a very young defenseman. I 100% believe he will be able to turn this around this season, like everybody else on the Oilers, to be honest. But it's moments like this. It's like, okay, man, like enough's enough. You have to recognize what's happening in these moments. And I can't see the staff not talking more and more to him about this.
What is that like in film day today? When you got to sit there for both of those goals and Paul Coffey rips your head off.
Yeah, I think too, though, he knows.
Yeah,
like I know, and obviously, like you want him to learn from the mistake he made earlier in the game, but like I don't think the coaching staff needs to sit there and be like in front of everyone and be like, "Boosh, come on!" Like he knows what he did.
Boosh, wake up.
You have to address it with him. You just gotta hope he gets better and learns from it.
What's up, Nation citizens? If you like that video, then you need to be subscribed to the Oilers Nation YouTube. Podcasts, live shows, exclusive interviews, and analysis. Everything you need from your favorite voices at Oilers Nation. And you don't want to miss any of it, so hammer that subscribe button.